What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Blackgirlmarvel. Welcome back to day 19. I think it's day 19. Yes, it is day 19 of my 31 days of reviews featuring the Super Mario Bros. Film that just got released in 2023? As always, let's get it. But before I start, this film already came out, so I'm gonna spoil it. And if you don't want to see a spoiled review of the Super Mario Bros., if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Come back to me. Listen to it, drop me a comment, drop me a heart, or just drop me a heart because you came by the video. That's all that matters. Okay, let's get it. So, Super Mario Bros. Animated live action is what I call it. Animated live action. Oh, Lord, I don't know how that. Super Mario Bros. Came out in 2023. It is produced by Illumination. If you don't know, Illumination is the Minions where Despicable Me grew and the Minions reside. Now, when this film was announced and they put out all the cast and everything, and you saw that, like, everybody was kind of like, man, on everybody, especially Chris Pratt. People were butthurt that Chris Pratt was going to be Mario. But when they said that Jack Black was going to be Bowser, I think that's when everybody got on board. Me, personally, I had a feeling that Chris Pratt wasn't going to do a bad job because, like, he seems to actually take what he does seriously. So, like, I feel like when he's put in a position to, like, show up and show out, Chris Pratt shows up and shows out, and the Chris Pratt is a... But that being said, I loved this film. Okay, couldn't get enough of it. Watched it too many times. Know what's coming up next. Know the words. Just amazingness. Mind you, I'm also of the generation that watched the human live action, like the real live action Super Mario Brothers with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, and it's so bad that it's good because it's of my childhood. So, but saying that is also saying that this film doesn't have anything connected to it. It's still an amazing film in its own right. I know there were some issues with like John Leguizamo and all that kind of stuff, but me personally, this film takes the cake. It shows you what a real video game turned to film can be, even though it's animated, but it's still animated with like a real world. Now, this video ain't gonna be that long for me to really break down and get into it, but I will say these things. All of the Easter eggs that are in this film are marvelous. If you want me to give you some, I'll make another video, but you have to comment down below if you want me to give you that video. I will say that the introduction of Peach and how she came from another world, possibly our world, but possibly another world that these drains connect to, is a very interesting concept. And especially since she said that, like, you know, there's galaxies out there and we know Super Mario Bros. Galaxy. I'm excited for the second one because at this point, you can't stop Illumination. We need more. But this film was essentially a story, like an origin story to show you how the Mario Bros got over to the Mushroom Kingdom, got over to this other land, met Peach and met Toad and met all these other creatures and stuff like that. Now, one of the biggest things that I took away from this film that I really, really loved, not so much with the plot, but just so much with the story and how they're telling everything. One thing that I thought was an amazing touch was that when they go down the drain and they are in the Mushroom Kingdom or they're in this other world, they don't get hurt like they would in the physical world. And I was worried about that because you really didn't see them get hurt when they were in Brooklyn. They're from Brooklyn. And Chris Pratt did his best Brooklyn accent, which wasn't too bad. But they just let Charlie Day be Charlie Day because I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear an accent. I didn't hear Brooklyn. I mean, every now and again, it kind of went in and out. I don't think they were really tight with Charlie to be like, hey, no, we need you to sound a little bit more. Nah, they was just like, have fun, Charlie. And he did. And he was great. Charlie Day as Luigi, chef's kiss. But I do love that when they're back in the real world and Bowser hits Mario, bro is battered and bruised, which shows that, like, the laws of our world doesn't translate to another world and vice versa. And I like that. That's like a really smooth touch. That's a touch I don't really think kids would see. But I feel like they did perfect in making this not only for kids, but also for adults. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of you're not really talking down to your audience, because even though you made it for kids, those kids who watched it in 2023 and, like, depending on how old they are, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, they're going to understand more. You know, they're going to be like, I love this as a kid, but now they're going to explore more. Very similar to when I was a kid watching like Shrek and then explored more. When I was watching like Tarzan when I was like a little kid, and then watching it now and just understanding more. Keep doing that with film, animation in particular. Now, this film was a fun ride from start to finish. Okay. Let's talk about how Peach is a baddie. baddie on a bike. Peach was a dope. I love the fact that they didn't have her be like this damsel in distress. I love that they had it so she was like tough, and that the only reason she does get kidnapped is possibly because she gives herself to Bowser because she wants to save her people. Now, I will say I need a prequel to see where Peach came from, how she became the queen. And I know they gave us like a little snippet in the movie that like she passed a trial or whatever, and that's how she became like princess and they crowned her. But who else did these trials? Did anybody else die, or did somebody, you know, what happened? Did they fail and they had to leave, or like who raised her? Who was her toad parents? I'm very curious and I'm very engaged, and I want to know more about Peach. But Peach was dope in this. You know, she was funny. She wasn't like your typical princess. She was happy to see another human. Also, how did they know she was human? See, there are questions that I want to know. How does she know she's human? I need all the answers to all the questions that I have. But seeing her and like Mario's kind of like subtle, like very subtle, not in your face, like love story, kind of start, kind of bloom, kind of spark, was nice. The adding in Donkey Kong is nice because you wouldn't have Mario without a little Donkey Kong. You know what I'm saying? Seth Rogen, I'm gonna say this right now. Anytime Seth Rogen plays any type of animated character, I'm gonna just need him to laugh. Okay, I'm gonna need him to laugh. I will say this: he did not laugh in Mutant Mayhem, and I was a little disappointed because if you're going to voice a character, Seth Rogen, your laugh is iconic. We need it. Thank you. Or matter of fact, I need it. I can't answer for everybody else, but I know I need it. So whenever you voice a character, sir, I need you to do your I need that in my life. Thank you. Every voice actor did amazing across the board in this film. Toad, played by Keegan-Michael Key, he does not get the love that he deserves. He was amazing in this role. He was funny. Immediate best friends with Mario, which I never understood, but I still loved it at the same time because I was just like, how you just gonna make yourself my best friend? But I loved it. He was a ride or die. You know what I mean? When Donkey Kong was trying to talk trash about Peach and Mario, maybe he was flirting. You know what I mean? Toad slid right up and was like, no, my way. I know for a fact she'll like Mario. Don't do that. Don't do that to my boy. And I was like, Toad a real. I love Toad from the beginning. Toad was giving me like a small, quirky Rafiki, you know, with how he hit Mario in the beginning. He was like, could you feel that? Well, I guess you're real. Like, it was giving Lion King in that moment, but I still love it. We all know that this film was amazing, okay? Down from all of the things you give it. They gave us a side scroll. They gave us like a 2-player game. They gave us images of him being 8-bit. They gave us the power-ups, the flower. The raccoon was my favorite thing from Super Mario Bros. 3. And when he did turn into the raccoon, they played the theme music for Super Mario Bros. 3. That is a little Easter egg, but that was just for you. But if you want more, let me know. I'll make a whole video about some of the Easter eggs. And now for the big finale. We all know that Jack Black was amazing as Bowser. Not only was he intimidating, but he was also hilarious. But the musical, the Peaches song, immediate classic, immediate banger, immediate Jack Black. It's something about Jack Black. I don't know what it is. Whatever he touches, whatever he puts himself in, whatever he's in, he's gold. He's like Midas. Jack Midas Black. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have to, you know, he's amazing. And he was great as Bowser. I like the fact that, you know, Bowser was a little awkward. I like the fact that they took the fans' thoughts of like, man, he must love him some Peach. He must be obsessed with her. He kidnapping her, blah, 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 blah. And they put that into the story as like a main line of that, you know, he's in love with her and he wants to be with her and he wants to be like this power couple, but he's just so awkward and incelish that he doesn't know how to go about it in the right way to go about it. So all he knows to do is be like, hey, I stole these things and I killed these people and I threatened these folks. You want to be with me, right? Because I would love something like that. And let me just end it with this. People have such an issue with like drag and like, don't want my kids being read to and drag, all that kind of stuff. Let's call a spade a spade. This stuff has been in our purview forever. Okay, it's just that now people are really paying attention to it. And I'm saying that to say one of my favorite scenes, it was when the wizard was dressed as Peach helping Bowser flirt. I was crying because on the inside the wizard loved Bowser, and that's a story I want to see. As always, follow your girl on all social media and, you know, like, comment, all that type of stuff. Go watch Super Mario Bros. On Netflix.